The black-crowned night heron, or black-capped night heron, commonly shortened to just night heron, is a medium-sized heron found throughout large parts of the world. Europe, Asia, South America, and clearly Canada. I think I've seen a few of them in Jamaica, actually. The black-crowned night heron have thick necks, their legs are short, and in flight, they actually barely reach the end of their tails, and their wings are broad and sort of rounded. These birds are larger than the green heron. They have a smaller and thicker body than the great egret, and is kind of somewhere between the size of a crow and a goose. One time, I actually got to see 5 of them flying into a tree. So to me, this means that they're a social bird. And I found out that they tend to roost and nest in groups, typically forage for food on their own. This one here is foraging on his own. And if you are looking for one of them, check the wetland habitats across North America. Those marshes, streams, lakes, even those small reservoirs. The black-crowned night heron is actually a relatively stable population right now in North America, because in 1970s we started banning pesticides. However, water pollution, habitat loss, climate change, and other pesticides still have a negative impact on the species abundance. Adults, like the bird seen here, is light and gray, and it's got the black cap, it's got almost what looks like a crown, and then it has those 2 feathers that sometimes pop out. The immature or the juveniles are brown and they have large white spots on their wings. The adults have yellow bills, and the immature or juveniles have yellow and black bills. Black-crowned night herons will often spend their days perched on tree limbs or hiding among foliage. They forage in the evening and at night, normally in the water and mud, and they will eat small critters, frogs, crayfish, fish. It was awesome getting to spot this bird for the first time ever in Canada for myself last year. And then this year, he's been spotted in the same location. Have you ever seen one of these birds before? They're pretty cool. Well, leave a comment. Tell me if you have spotted this bird and where you might have seen it. What do you think about this bird? Do you think it's cool? The thing I like most about it is the feathers on the back of its head and its eyes. I often say that I'm not a birder. And to be honest, I'm not a birder. But it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate birds. And I think that there's a lot of amazing birds that we have here in Canada that don't get appreciated. And maybe one of them is this bird. I think it's so cool the way that it uses those feathers on the back of its head. I wonder if it can use them as a way to attract a fish or an animal to come and eat, or if they're just for mating. What do you think? I know that there's some herons that will actually use food and bring it over to the water, and then they drop it knowing that the fish will come and eat it, and then they hunt or fish for the fish. Like, these birds are so smart and so talented. I hope that next time you see a heron or an egret, you maybe stop and take another look at them. They're these amazing prehistoric, almost dinosaur-looking birds. Or at least that's what most people say to me when I'm talking to them about these birds, that they look like dinosaurs. Do you agree with that? There's bits and pieces of them that kind of look like that. I would say the great blue heron looks more like a dinosaur than maybe this one. But getting to watch these birds in their natural element is so cool. So please, next time you see one, just take a second. Take 5 minutes and just watch these beautiful birds as they hunt or preen, or maybe even they just observe you. Yeah, it's pretty weird when a bird is watching you and then it comes closer to you. Have you ever had that happen to you? Yeah, it's happened to me a couple times. That actually happened with these 3 barred owls. It kind of scared me. That's a pretty funny story, but a story for another day. If you're enjoying this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and check out some of the other videos as I hang out with loons underwater, beavers. I even see a tiger and it goes in the water. Or I just chill with some lions at nighttime. I've got some pretty cool things depending on what animal you're into. And if I don't have an animal that you're into, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to try to get footage of that animal. Because I would love to see almost every animal in the wild. What's your favorite animal? Please leave that comment and I'll work my hardest to try to get that done. Most of the time when you see a heron, it's just standing there or it's flying. If you ever get to watch them walk, it's pretty funky and interesting. So this bird here, it's walking a little bit and then it's going to jump and then it's even higher in a tree. Right now it's about 35 feet or so above the pond, just hanging out. And then it tries to climb up further in the tree, and something that I don't think I've ever seen before, it sort of fake flies. And then it actually takes off. I guess it didn't like its path. Have you ever seen a bird do this? And if you have, can you explain why or what causes this? Because this right here, I don't know if I've ever noticed this before. Again, I'm sure it's happened before. Right? He was taking off there. And then he just goes. Well, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep enjoying the wildlife.